to A Horrible Time with Anth.
That's me, and Pebble Dash.
That's me. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, you?
I'm awesome, you know.
Good.
I'm loving being back at work. I'm slowly starting to get used to working my day and drag job.
Yeah.
Getting the two together. I had my first sober Saturday night working in drag on the door at the yard.
Oh.
And I still felt hungover the next day. I literally had one banana sambuca and 2 pints of Coke and was still feeling rough the next day. But I think I was just tired.
That's how I feel after a night
all
out.
The time. True, because you only drink Coke or energy drinks. Actually, you drink energy drinks.
Well, I have one.
You end up
I've learnt
just
my
as
lesson.
messy as everybody else.
Yes.
How long have you been sober now?
4 years.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you known me?
4 or 5 years.
And what does that tell you? We once went out and got absolutely mortal.
Yeah.
And was that the last night you drank?
It was one of the last nights, yeah.
Very close to that night. But we kept our friendship, though.
We did.
And I still drink.
Yeah.
I have a great time. I found my sweet spot, though, because obviously the first week the bars reopened, I was just drunk and I was hungover for a week. Because I just couldn't handle it. But I found my sweet spot that I can drink to, be drunk and be happy, but not be absolutely dead the next day. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
It took my time. And big news, I've got my own night at the yard now on Saturday.
Exciting.
She's got a residency.
Yes.
I'm very excited. It's called Push It. Because obviously, Salt and Pepper. It's going to be a mix of like 90s R&B hip hop with modern music. And I will not be taking requests.
No.
Unless they're good, though.
Still.
But I will not be doing karaoke.
No.
Absolutely no karaoke. I do not need to hear you sing poorly. Absolutely not happening. But yeah, it's very exciting. Obviously, all my merch and everything is still available as well. So get yourselves over to Fuck Mondays on Instagram or Tip for Tap by Ems on Instagram or Etsy, and you'll be able to buy some Pebble Dash merch.
It's cute.
I think in future we're going to add a podcast t-shirt as well to the merch line.
Exciting.
Whoa. So you're going to have us looking all cute like Freddie and Chucky on the t-shirt. Go. Oh my god. I've got my copy of Resident Evil Village.
Me too.
I am so excited. I know you've got a little bit of news from the end. I'm not going to spoil your news. We'll dive into it when we talk about it later on. But oh my god, I cannot wait to play it.
So excited.
So excited. What's been happening with you?
Same really, just getting back into the groove at work. Yeah. Nothing much other than that.
How many takeaways have you had in the past week?
1, 2, 1. Yeah.
Just one?
I think so.
Butterfly cabinet is still a takeaway.
2 then.
I've had... Oh no, I've had 1. I was going to be dead smug there, but I've had a takeaway. I need something to keep my body energized.
Pizza.
Pizza. Always pizza.
Yes.
Absolutely always pizza. So, I believe you have some more news bites for us this week. Tell us, little anchor. And that was anchor, not wanker.
Maria Bakalova, the daughter from Borat 2, who got Oscar nominated. Wow.
I know.
But she was good, though.
I mean, was she Oscar worthy, though?
I'm not sure. Anyway, she is to star in a secret slasher movie for A24, who did Midsommar and Hereditary.
Right.
Yeah, so deals are very scarce, but she's been cast. I didn't know she did anything else. I thought she was
Well, that's
just a
less
random.
exciting. That is very random. Right, so here is my test.
Mm-hmm.
Off the top of your head, top 5 slashers.
Oh, well, Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
Friday the 13th,
Mm-hmm.
Scream,
Mm-hmm.
Scream 2,
Mm-hmm. A bold choice, I like it.
and Halloween 2018.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go Halloween, Freddy,
Mm-hmm.
Jason,
Yeah.
Scream,
Yeah.
and then I would do something terrible like H2O.
I love H2O.
It's terrible.
Everyone hates it, but I love it.
It's terrible, but it's camp, and it's quite a good slasher film.
Yeah.
It felt very much like a slasher film.
I think this should be good, because we need a new slasher. Like, a new one.
No, we don't. We've got Michael. Michael's here just now. We
Well,
don't need
he's,
no one else.
you know, we love him, but we need, like, it to be brought more to a modern audience.
I'm more excited for Scream 5 than I am
How could I forget
for
about
that.
Whoops.
Did you forget about Scream 5? Because
Yes.
they've not really had anything new on Scream 5 in a while.
No.
It kind of was like, yay, oh, everyone's come back and this is what we're doing, and then just dead silence.
Yeah.
But, no, that could be for A24. Like, listen, I love Hereditary and Midsommar.
Yeah.
So here would be my concern with it. They make movies where you really have to think. I had to watch both movies twice.
Mm.
And I don't want that in a slasher. I hope that I don't have to think too much. I know that sounds really bad. But like Hereditary and Midsommar, you really have to think about it. You have to pay attention. It's not all completely obvious all the way through. Whereas in a slasher, we want the mystery of who it is, but I don't want a big convoluted reason or meaning behind it.
I think you can't be too cerebral with a slasher.
Yeah, that's what I hope, is that they're not.
I don't think so. I don't think it'll be like that. Well,
it's going to be some fucking dimension swapping slasher Doctor Who bullshit nonsense.
It might be a comedy if she's in it.
So she's Polish? No. Is she Polish? Or is Beckett, she's from somewhere towards that side of the world? I wonder what it's going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
I will keep my eye out for that one. We'll give you updates as soon as
Yes. So, The Last of Us TV show has cast its Tommy.
It has.
Yeah.
And he's Latino.
Yeah. Gabriel Luna. He did Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in quite a few things, Gabriel Luna, hasn't he? So they're definitely keeping it a kind of Latin version, quote unquote, which I'm here for. It's different enough, although they're playing the same characters. There's a level of difference there that I find will be a bit more entertaining, because it would be somewhat boring watching someone who looks like Tommy and someone who looks like Elliot and someone who looks like Joel playing those characters doing the same story. Like that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could become a bit tedious. So having that kind of spin on it, and it's set in Texas, which obviously, well, yeah, it's set in Texas, isn't it? Yeah, which has a big Latin community. Yeah. Obviously the border is quite close to Texas, I believe. Obviously we're not in America, but the border's quite close to Texas, and has a big Latin community. So I'm excited to see. I think at this point it would have been odd if they'd cast someone white as Tommy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
When it's someone Latin playing Joel.
Yeah.
It would have been odd.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got it. But I wonder where they're going to take it. I wonder if they're going to have... I wonder if it's just going to happen to be two Latin men and the story just goes, or if it's going to take into account maybe like immigration and things like that as well. And do you know what I mean? I wonder how much backstory we're going to get, because we've got bits of backstory with Tommy and Joel, but this has the potential to slightly alter that on the TV show. So I think that'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah.
And isn't it Bella Ramsey?
Yes.
Yeah. I still don't know how I feel about that.
She's young.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see it. The other two, I can see it, but with her, so far, I can't really see it. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
I think it's just because we've only seen her in one thing.
Yeah, exactly. The other two, at least, we've seen in
Other things, yeah.
Yeah, that could be a fair assumption. I mean, she was awesome in Game of Thrones, but she had about 5 lines across the entire TV show.
Yeah. Exciting. I'm so excited.
You sound it.
So, obviously, 25 years we've had Resident Evil.
Uh-huh.
And the celebrations are happening this year with Village being released.
Mm-hmm.
But they've also partnered up with Dead by Daylight to celebrate their 5th anniversary. So we're going to get a killer based on Resident Evil and a survivor based on Resident Evil as well. So I'm excited.
I couldn't be any less interested, Jay. Nah, I'm joking. That's awesome.
Yeah.
25 years of Resident Evil, and do you know what's funny? So I'm playing Resident Evil 7 just now, and so are you.
Yeah.
Both started playing it. They still don't feel like modern games. So I was playing Resident Evil 7 last night, and like the graphics still aren't where modern game graphics are and stuff. And I don't mind it. I enjoy it. That it's not like hyper realistic graphics and things like that. And even watching the animation, it still feels old school, even though it's new. I'm excited to see what they do with Village.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so for instance, last night, obviously, Tom, the old man in Resident Evil 7.
Jack.
Like, his mouth doesn't move in time to what he's saying at all. And neither does the mum.
Yeah.
And neither does Maya. Like, the mouse... Do you know what I mean? It's still got, like, an old school feel to it, even though it is a very new game. And I like that in Resident Evil 7, obviously, they went to first person.
They did, yes.
Yeah. Which actually, playing it again, works.
It does.
And I hope to keep that.
It makes it more, like, immersive.
Absolutely. And I hope to keep that for Resident Evil 8.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited about this because, as you know, I play a lot of Dead by Daylight.
Yes, you do. I constantly hear the screams. It sounds like you're born.
So I'm wondering who the killer's going to be. I think it would make sense to make it Mr. X.
Mm-hmm.
But you could have Nemesis, you could have Tyrant, you could have Lady D.
I think it might be Nemesis. Because Mr. X isn't scary looking, it's just a giant shiny man. Do you know what I mean? Within the context of Dead by Daylight, I think it's going to be somebody like Nemesis, where it's like a mutated something.
Yeah.
It could even be a mutated... What is the dude's name?
Wesker.
I hope not, though. And I wonder who the survivor will be. Do you think it will be...
I think it'll be Leon or Claire.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're the most, like, prominent.
Yeah, I hope they don't... I think it would be a wasted opportunity if they make it 2 people out in Resident Evil Village. I think it would be just a wasted opportunity. It's an anniversary.
I think you need an iconic...
Yeah. And I think it will be. Dead by Daylight have been quite good with who they've kind of picked.
They have, yeah.
They've used, because if you think in Silent Hill, isn't it?
It's Pyramid Head.
Can we just talk about how Pyramid Head is really sexy in the movie? It's only me that thinks this. I need everybody to, like, comment or email us in the email address that is in the blurb on the podcast. Because I thought Pyramid Head was sexy in the movie. I was like, I'd let you kill me. And then when he rips her flesh off, I was like, oh, devour me, daddy.
Oh.
Take my soul to hell.
Oh.
I love Resident Evil and Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I really want a new Silent Hill film that is longer than an hour and a half, so it has time to explain. A24 would make a great Silent Hill movie
They would.
because they understand that long narrative that has so many twists that there's little clues throughout.
Yeah.
I think they could do a Silent Hill film because I like the 2 Silent Hill films that were released.
Yeah.
The first one got too convoluted at the end.
The first one's the better one.
It is a better one, but it got a bit convoluted at the end. And I don't think any of them were great. Now, Sean Bean's quite a good actor, and so is that, is it Radha Mitchell? But I didn't think they were very good. Like, I just didn't believe them in this. And I think it's because Silent Hill is, like, my favourite series of games. So it was a bit like, everything felt bland and played down.
Yeah.
The best one for me was the head teacher for the school. She was brilliant.
Oh, yeah, she was good.
She was brilliant.
Christabella.
Yes. And then in the second film, so I liked the second film because I love Silent Hill 3. It's one of my favourite movies in the whole movie. And the second film felt like Silent Hill 3 in visuals and the way it was styled. Because Silent Hill 3 felt the most game-like out of all the Silent Hills to me. It was less about puzzles than it was about gameplay and action. So I understand why the second Silent Hill was the way it was, and I did enjoy it, but it could have been better because some of the actors were terrible in that film.
Yeah.
Almost consistently, all of them were terrible.
Yeah. I don't like the second film.
I do really like it because it does Resident Evil 3 well.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. Yeah, talking about it. Exactly, because can we talk about the Resident Evil movies?
Ooh.
There was one good movie in that entire 15 movie canon.
I'm looking forward to the new film then, because...
The new TV series?
No, the new film.
Oh yeah, because they're doing a film as well, aren't they?
So, to celebrate the 25 years, they're doing a Netflix animated TV show, because they've already done some CGI Resident Evil films.
Yeah.
Then they're doing the film with Effie from Skins as Jill Valentine. And then they're doing another TV show with Wesker children. Yeah. So... yeah.
That's exciting. Like, it's cool that they're doing like a big celebration. I wish Silent Hill didn't feel so dead.
I know. It will come back. I just don't know when.
I want them to redo Silent Hill 1.
Yeah.
Because that's my favourite out of all of them.
I do love the first Silent Hill. The second one's my favourite though. It's a bit more psychological.
Yes. And actually, I love them all because I'm doing like Silent Hill 4, The Room.
Yeah.
Such an underrated game.
So good.
People either got it or they didn't. There was no in between with that game, and I thought it was brilliant. Resident Evil, having recently played the remakes and stuff, Resident Evil is really good, but obviously you can feel the difference. Resident Evil, to me, has went through 3 cycles. So it's went through Resident Evil like 0, 1, 2, 3. Then there's Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, which were kind of gun-toting action games.
Yeah.
And then 7 changed it to the first person.
Took it back
to survival horror and felt scarier because you were first person.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for Resident Evil 8. All these TV shows are great, all these movies are great. Resident Evil 8, the game, I cannot wait.
So, in other Village news, Mercenaries mode will be back. So, for those who played the originals, after you complete the game, a Mercenaries mode unlocks, and you can... It's like a time trial. Can you remember?
I'm old.
And you can pick a character, and then you just, like, kill things, and there's a timer. But it's like a classic mode that's been missing. So people are looking forward to that. And then there was a multiplayer attached to Village called Reverse, but it's been delayed until the summer.
Oh, do we know why?
Might be performance issues. I don't know.
That's a shame. Although I do really like multiplayer, as you know. I'm very selfish. I like my games. I like to play my games by myself. I just can't wait to meet Lady D.
Oh my god. So excited.
So, what we would like from you guys is some suggestions of movies to watch. We've already been suggested Jennifer's Body, which we're going to watch again, and Final Girls, because I've never seen it.
What?
And I know...
It's so good.
I've never seen it because it's American Mary. The cover looked shit.
It's so stupid, but it's fun.
Well, Trixie and Katja were talking about it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's not what I thought this movie was going to be.
You know, it's good.
So I'm going to watch it and we can do a wee deep dive review.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think that's us tonight, Bab. As always, I hope you all have a horrible time and try not to die because that would be sad for someone.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my god. So before we go into anything this week, can we just appreciate the fact that we now both own Resident Evil 7?
8. Village.
Oh my god. Right, so here's what's happening. We're recording this bit because we don't know when we're releasing this episode of the podcast. Right? We've said about 3 different dates that we're watching playing Resident Evil, and I keep getting the name wrong. So here we go again. Oh my god. I've got my episode. You can follow the podcast at A Horrible Time Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow your host Anthony at
Anthony Detro on Twitter and at Diamond Hardskin on Instagram. You can follow Pebble at
It's Pebble Dash on Instagram and Famous Cunt on Twitter. Recorded by Pebble and Anth, mixed and mastered by Pebble Dash. Artwork by Graphic Design.